All right, crew. So our strength and movement session. Okay, so we'll just start with a simple gym mob first. Okay, so effectively just kind of let's get the body moving, greased up. Okay, ready for the session ahead. Remember, this session is a little bit more structured as opposed to the freestyling work that we've been doing a little bit on Monday mornings. Okay, so what we're going to do here is start with the headquarters first. So with the neck, and we're just going to start with hands down, chin onto the chest, and slowly just looking up and down. Nothing too crazy, just simple checking with the neck. From here, we'll go into no, so chin over the shoulders, looking side to side. Try to keep your eyes open with this one. And then from there, we're going into okay. So E to the shoulders, but this time, stay differently. Oh my God, I think I just got a crack in my neck. Okay, and we'll just stick with the neck still. And all we're going to do is into a full rotation. So for this, guys, we're going to go into, okay, just connect all those dots together. We're going to chin onto the chest. Chin goes over to the armpits, over and back behind the shoulders first, and then up to the ceiling. Eyes gaze back over the shoulders, then to the shoulders, to the armpits, and then the chest. Let's go 2 more. So we'll do 3 per side. Change directions once you've done 3. No rush, just keep it silky smooth. Okay, once you've done 3, all we're going to do is simple cat-cow. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to take a breath in. As we take a breath in, we're going to tuck the chin onto the chest, make the shoulders as big as possible, rounded as possible. Push into the top of your feet and your knees as well. And then as you breathe out, we're going to sink everything down to the ground, but the eyes and the head get up. And we'll just repeat these 2 processes. Okay, so that's the simple getting ourselves big as possible and trying to get ourselves small as possible. Try and marry the breath with this. In yoga, they breathe the opposite way. Breathe out as you get big. Breathe in as you get small. So you can play with the breath here, okay? So we do the opposite, but there is no right or wrong. Just try experiments with the breathing. It will definitely help you with the movement. And from here, we're going to go straight into threading the needle, guys. Okay, so simple, straightforward, reaching to the side. And then to the opposite side. Now, as we do this, try and make sure your hips are still stacked over your knees. You try and draw your belly button back towards the spine. The hand that's kind of pushed into the ground, like really push the world away. So you may not actually touch the ground with the side of your head or your shoulders, and that's totally fine. Okay, from there, big toes together, knees can be a little bit wide. We're going to go into child's pose. So from here, hands are wide onto our fingertips, wrap the armpits, We're going to slowly come down towards the ground, and we're going to bounce for 10, and we're going to pull ourselves down to the ground for 10. Here we go. Let's pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep pulling ourselves down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly make our way to one side. Doesn't matter which one. There, again, elbows are locked, wrap the armpits, let's bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep pulling yourself down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Making our way slowly to the opposite side. Again, elbows are locked, wrap the armpits, let's bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep pulling yourself down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly back to the middle and then rest. From here, we'll go straight into wrists, so fingers back towards our knees. Okay. You can, if you want to, just tuck the balls of your feet underneath you, so you start to kind of actually warm the other side of your feet. But from there, focusing on the wrist, we're just going to rock forwards and backwards. A little side-to-side action. Remember, you're pushing the world away here at all times. What I mean by that is ears and nowhere near the shoulders, and your shoulders should be somewhat rounded, okay, or protracted as we call it. From here, fingers to the side, fingers to the side. And again, we're just going to rock side to side initially. Then maybe a leaning forward action, okay, with the side. So a little semicircle to get into those nooks and crannies. Same thing still shoulders are rounded, okay, chest is proud. From here, fingers are faced forward, okay, but they're spread, okay? So remember, we want those fingers to be spread so we increase the surface area, okay? So our base of support is large. From there, we can again start rocking forwards and backwards here first. So this is almost like the lean we'll be doing a little bit later on. Okay, so just getting into those wrists. But again, the shoulders are stable, they're strong, they're proud. Once we're good, we're just going to throw another semicircle going one way and then the other way. Okay, so again, we're going to try get into those nooks and crannies. If this is good, we'll go straight into fingers back towards the knees. Now with this one, we can bend the elbows ever so slightly to get ourselves into position. Then lock the elbows out, shoulders push the world away, ears and nowhere near the shoulders, and then we're going to just rock forwards and backwards initially. Okay, so remember, this hand orientation is going to dictate what the shoulder's doing. So our shoulders will be in internal rotation. So this is going to be tough, okay, or the toughest position out of everything we've done so far. So be kind to yourself. Don't go too crazy. No PBs required. You can make any adjustments if you need to, if you think you got more range. But ultimately, just nice and simple, proud shoulders, lowering the wrist up, moving, okay, in different ways, just to kind of give the wrist some love. Once we're good, hands face forward. We'll go to the back of the palm, back of the palm. Hands are fairly close to me at the moment, okay, to my knees, that is. I'm just going to rock forwards, which is going to be pretty comfortable. But as I sit back and close the joint, that's when the discomfort starts. Okay, so just be mindful. Okay, again, we're not looking for pain, discomfort, that's okay. Just rocking forwards and backwards initially. And if that's good, maybe a little side-to-side action. From here, let's go to gorilla grip. So big squeeze of the fingers. We'll hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Release, and again, squeeze for 3, 2, 2. Release, squeeze, 3, 2, 3. Release, squeeze, 3, 2, 4. Release, squeeze, 3, 2, 5. Release, squeeze, 3, 2, 6. Release, squeeze, 3, 2, 7. Release, squeeze, 3, 2, 8. Release, squeeze, 3, 2, 9. Squeeze, 3, 2, boom. Slowly back it off and shake it off. Okay, so from here we'll go one knee up, one knee down into our runner's lunge. Okay, remember with this, our hands want to be in line with the front feet, okay, on the inside. Then we're going to tuck the balls of the feet, pop the back knee up off the ground, and just initially just rock forwards and backwards. Okay, we want to find that halfway point. So kind of think about distributing your weight evenly. And once you're happy, we'll drop the elbow to the closest to the front leg, down towards the ground. We're going to rotate and reach up to the ceiling for 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Drop, rotate, reach, 3, 2, 2. Drop, rotate, reach, 3, 2, 3. Drop, rotate, reach, 3, 2, 4. Drop, rotate, reach, 3, 2, 5. And then down. Let's change sides. Okay, so one knee up, one knee down. Nice and straightforward. Okay, rocking forwards and backwards initially. If we're good, find the halfway point. And then we're going to drop those elbows down to the ground and then rotate and reach for 3, 2, 1. We're going to drop it. Then we're going to rotate, reach, 3, 2, 2. Make sure the front knee is not flaring out. So you're going to hug the front knee, guys. 3, 2, 3. Back leg should be straight. So try to lift the back knee up. 3, 2, 4. Last one. Drop it. Boom. 3, 2, 5. Back knee down. We're just going to boom, go straight onto our back. Into simple glute raises. So from here, guys, okay, remember the heels, okay, are fairly close to the butt. Your legs can move to the side if it needs to. Okay, so play with the position of your feet. Toes are pointed up, glutes are on. Tuck your hips. Let's go 20 reps. Glute comes up, kiss the ground, drive up. Let's go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Okay, so from here, let me quickly go do that. Okay, so from here, we're going to go straight on to our feet, and we're going to go into a little bit of a single leg primer. Okay, so we're just going to kind of move the legs and get the blood flowing a little bit. So from here, guys, what we're going to be looking to do is pretty straightforward. So 3-point of contact. Okay, so we're going to be reaching forward, to the side, to the side. What we're going to be looking to do here is, okay, get the index fingers out on both hands. We're going to slowly reach as far forward as possible. Kiss the ground. Okay, not slingshot ourselves. We're going to stand nice and tall. From here, we're going to wrap our legs, slow control, reach as far as possible, kiss, boom, nice and tall. And then the third and last position we're going to reach is to the same side, slow control, kiss, and then nice and tall. Okay, so again, we're not looking for as many reps as possible. Take it slow, be controlled. If you're struggling with the balance, keep it small. Okay, so meaning you kind of don't have to reach as far. You can slowly build yourself out. Okay, here we go. We'll go for a minute per leg. We'll start in 4, 3, 2, 1. So control. And so again, we shouldn't be kind of pushing off the ground. We should be just gently kissing the ground with our fingertips. Slowly looking to expand if you are feeling good. Okay, what I mean by that is trying to reach a little bit further every single time. Remember, you're using your legs to counterbalance here, okay? And time. Finish that rep off. Okay, once we're ready, let's go to the opposite side. We're going 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Make this our last rep. And rest. Okay, shaking it off. Okay, so from here, sticking with downstairs, all we're going to get into here is just getting into the ankle joint itself. Okay, so the 4 things we've slowly and gradually built up is this outside edge. Okay, so rolling onto the outside edges of our feet. We've got the inside squats. So this is where we collapse the knees in. The outside edges come off the ground. Okay, and then we've got our tib raises against the wall. Okay, where we're going to be lifting our toes up to the ceiling. And then the third and last one is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm going to probably use a wall sideways, but I want to use a wall. What we're going to be doing here, okay, is bending our knees forward. I'm going to raise the heel up. So we're going to do a bent leg calf raise. Okay, so let's start with the outside edge work first. And what we're going to do here, guys, is just a minute on the clock. So again, it's timed rather than kind of, knocking out reps. All we're going to do here, 2 options. We're going to just simply roll onto the outside edges of our feet. This is your progression number 1. Okay, just simple, just feel it out, load the outside edges. If you're confident, if you're good, we can roll and lift the opposite leg up. Both variations, we're going to look to hold it for 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, all right, let's get busy. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so effectively we're trying to see as much of the underside of your feet as possible. And it's almost better to do the rolling side to side, without lifting the opposite leg up if you really struggle with balance or you're not getting much of a roll. Okay, what I mean by that is it's better to load a larger range of motion than, trying to struggle with lifting one leg up off the ground. Okay, so what I'm doing here doesn't need to happen for you. It's probably going to be better if you just allow yourself to roll side to side. Okay, but you want to make sure both variations we're looking to kind of hold between, kind of 2 to 3. Okay, say 2 to 3 seconds. Legs are obviously locked out. Make this our last rep and rest. Okay, so from here, we're going to get to the inside edge squat. Now, remember, this is not only getting to the ankles, this is actually kind of getting into the hips and obviously the knees as well. I'm going to just do this in front 45. The key thing with this is to make sure your leg distance is going to be at a place where you can touch the inside of your legs or your knees together. Okay, only if they start making contact and it's comfortable, do you start to walk your feet out a little bit further. Okay, so have it fairly close, and obviously you can make those adjustments as you go along. Again, we'll go for a minute and we'll look to hold the bottom position today for the same thing, 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to roll in, pause, and slow control out of there. Okay, remember, you're trying to make sure you keep the spine vertical as possible. and rest. Okay, so from here, let's go find ourselves a wall. We're going to go into our tib raises. Okay, we're going to go 25 reps here. So butts on the wall, we're going to be leaning forward. Okay, so the sit bones should be in contact with the wall. From there, feet are roughly, give or take, hip distance apart, maybe a little bit closer. Hands on top of your thighs. And then from there, curl your toes up, so your big balls of your feet are in contact with the ground, and then lift the big balls of your feet up, okay? From here, let's kiss the big balls of the feet on the ground for 1, and then up. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Pause. Last 5. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause and rest. Beautiful. Okay, so from there, let's go into our bent knee calf raise. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab myself a dowel. Okay, so you want to be near a wall, guys, so that way you're not fighting balance. Okay, so you want to make sure that you got this. Okay, you're just loading the calves up rather than, you know, having to struggle with balance. Okay, so I'm going to use a dowel, but what we're going to do is feet are roughly under the hips, maybe a little bit closer. We're going to drive our knees forward towards the wall. From there, you will feel that limitation. You can't go any further forward, okay, because of the ankle restrictions. From there, you're going to just tuck the bottom, or just kind of think about, okay, squeezing your butt. Then slowly come onto balls of your feet, the big balls of your feet, keeping the knees locked. From there, we're going to kiss the heels down, then come up. Here we go. 25 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Great job. Great job. Okay. Quick drink of water if you need to. Okay, then we're going to get into 2 loaded things. So just 2 sets. We're going to go into our crawling iso today rather than dead bug. And then we're going to go into our diagonal stretch work. Okay, so again, diagonal stretch, guys, remember we started on the ground last week, and then we had the option to take it up to our feet, okay, for the second set. Same thing this week, you know, start on the ground, get the bearings, and then if you want to challenge yourself a little bit further, we can take it to the feet, okay? Sweet H2O. All right, so diagonal stretch, guys. So big thing here, okay, is not dumping into the lower back. We're trying to kind of get the front line of a body, okay, and as the name implies, diagonal. Okay, so from front on, we're trying to obviously get this stuff here, okay, but we're also trying to get things working in this direction here, okay, so the opposite hip to the opposite shoulder. Now, remember, we have been working 5 reps reach, and then a 10-second pause, okay? But today we're just gonna double down. We're gonna actually kind of go for 10 reaches and then 10-second pause, okay? So we are spending considerable amount more time under tension. So again, don't try set PBs. Remember, it's a gradual process. You have to be in control. The whole back of your body is lit up in terms of kind of, it's working hard to drive you forward and around a little bit, okay? As opposed to just being dumped. So if you feel this just cranked into the lower back region, you know you're going too hard and it's too much, okay? You need to regress a little bit, okay? So just a reminder, 1 knee up, 1 knee down, okay? Then we have the front feet, which is in that angle, okay? This way I can push into the ground. Now, the back leg is the leg that obviously we're gonna be opening up. So the same side hand comes to the opposite shoulder. Okay, we're going to be coming forward. And remember, with this spare hand, we're looking to, as the hips drives forward, okay, we're going to look to extend slowly and try touch maybe the hamstring. maybe the calf, maybe over time, oh, I can't reach my heel this morning at the moment. Okay, so you can see it's tight. So be gradual, but the big idea here is make something tangible. So make that tactile touch, okay, happen, but doesn't need to be PB. Okay, start closer and slowly work your way back a little bit. But the focus is on the front. Okay, here we go. 10 touches back to the front and 10-second hold. Ready, hand, drive forward, reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly back it up. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll go to the opposite side. So again, one knee up, one knee down. Front leg is slightly at an angle. I'm pushing the front leg into the ground here. Okay, back hip is facing forward. So back hip, okay, the back hand onto the opposite shoulder. We're going to push forward and then reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So that was the front line of the body. Okay. Let's work the other way. So effectively what we're going to do here, guys, is a crawling ISO. And the crawling ISO is going to be done in a crawling position. So we've warmed up, wrist up. Remember, fingers need to be wide. This is going to provide you with big surface area. Okay, so base of support. From there, also got to make sure the hands are under the shoulders, maybe a little bit closer. Okay, knees are under the hips, and then we're going to tuck the balls of our feet. From here, we're going to just pop the back knee off the ground. Okay, now make sure we're not piking at the hips, so the butt's not coming up too high. If you feel this burning in your thighs, it probably means you're sitting back too far. If you're feeling this in the neck and the wrist, that probably means you're leaning too far forward. So the idea here is to make sure we use our breath and this control through this region, through the hips and the front of our body to maintain the same position. The objective is to lift the opposite arm and opposite leg simultaneously up off the ground, hold it for a period of time, then bring it back to the ground simultaneously. Okay, so what's going to look like is this. We're going to breathe in, opposite hand, opposite leg. Okay, we'll go for 20 reps. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, once you're done, rest up. Okay, So again, with that one, you will see, okay, the first couple you may be rocking side to side, but you soon kind of figure out what you need to do in the body for it to be, you know, strong and stable. Okay, so to diagonal stretch. Now, again, if the kneeling variation, you know, you were getting somewhere, stick to it. If you want to explore a little bit more, you can come into your feet. Okay, so with this one, guys, we're going to start with the heels touching together, feet are slightly fanned out. This way, when I take a step back, my front leg is already in somewhat position to be pushing into the ground a little better. Okay, now from here, I'm going to bend the back knee. I can also look to bend the front leg slightly, okay, but the same cues. My hips are coming forward and around. My objective is still to kind of touch the hamstring, maybe the back of the calves and the higher portion, slowly, gradually making my way down to the heels, okay? So if everybody's ready, okay, choose the variation you're going to work with. And then, okay, boom. Hands with the back leg opposite shoulder. I'm going to push the hip forward and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward, boom. Okay, so you can see it's also looking at the tendons of the knees as well, okay, on the back side, okay. All right, so from here, the opposite way. Taking a step, okay, so ball onto our feet, opposite hand to the shoulders, and then here we go, push forward and reaching target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, that burn was real. Whew. Let's go into our crawling iso. Second and last time, guys. Knees under the hips. Tuck the ball into our feet. Pop the knees off. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Halfway. And it's done. Rest. Okay. Alrighty. So from there, quick drink of water, and then we'll get into the main body of the work. So this is good. Whew. So what we're going to get into here, guys, okay, building on from last week. Is we'll continue working on those long splits. So remember, this is a great way to kind of just get into the hips, the knees, and the ankles as well. Okay, so this is just a great lower body work. And the cool thing is, hopefully you guys have found over the last few weeks, as the set goes on, as the reps add on, we start to actually get better. Okay, so our body yields a little bit better. We become more aware and we can demand a lot more. Okay, even though it's just body weight. Okay, but you got to be mindful that we have to be intentional about it. Okay, so a couple of the key things, big ideas, big concepts we need to be aware of is the fact that we want the spine to be as vertical as possible. Okay, with this, remember, okay, it's a long split. So the idea here is to kind of, have the back knee completely up off the ground. We can soften the back knee ever so slightly, but from here, we're going to drive our front knee forward. Now look, okay, my hamstrings are not meeting the calf today. So again, that means I have to come in a little bit. Okay, the priority is to try and get that hamstring to cover the calf. Now, if the ankles are so tight that your heels come off the ground ever so slightly towards the end, that's fine. You're gonna press the heels into the ground as you drive up. Okay, so one more time, knees travel forward, my posture's big, my butt's on to try to lift the back knee up. Okay, I'm trying to push down into the ground without touching the back knee on the ground, and then we're gonna drive up. Okay, so let's do 10 reps of these. Okay, here we go. Nice and tall, posture, and then, okay, we're gonna drive the front knee forward and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. The back butt's on here, guys. Okay, let's try and lift the back leg up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and to the other side. Posture, nice and big. And let's drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And rest. Okay, so from here, we're going to go into the upper back here. So last week we introduced this. Now, again, be mindful here, guys. We have to make sure, okay, we have to work according to your context. So we will need to make sure we actually bend the knees, okay? And they're going to be roughly under the hips. We're going to be effectively hinging at the hips. Now, this only works if we actually hinge at the hips, okay, as opposed to rounding the back, okay? What we're looking to do here is make sure the shoulder blades are able to glide on the rib cage. Okay, so we're going to go into this reverse fly, if you like. Okay, and some of the big idea, the big cues are pretty straightforward. We're going to have the arms just relaxed. Okay, from here, my cues are going to be pull. So I'm pulling the shoulder blades back into the pocket. Okay, not just squeezing and up to my ears. Okay, so not my ears, but the back pocket. Okay, it's going to be pull. Then the thumbs are going to turn out. So it's going to be a pull. And turn your thumbs out as much as possible. Okay, so if everybody just kind of gives me a thumbs up like this, when we say thumbs out, like turn your thumbs, not just kind of half-heartedly just this way, but really turn out. Now look what that does to the shoulders. The shoulders are coming down as well. Okay, so that's the big idea. Okay, so from here, we're gonna pull, turn, and then we're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades, lift, slow control down, then rest. Pull, turn, lift. Okay, so working the stuff in between the shoulder blades. Our arms are basically what our arms are acting as a load here, okay, and fighting the gravity. So again, we should feel this through the middle of the shoulder blades, nothing to the neck, obviously nothing to the back either, okay, the lower back that is. Okay, let's give it a crack. 10 reps. Knees, hinge, shoulders are rested at the moment. Thumbs out. Here we go. Pull, back pocket, turn, squeeze, and down. 1. Here we go. Pull, turn, lift. 2. Pull, turn, lift. 3. Pull, turn, lift. 4. Pull, turn, lift. 5. Pull, turn, lift. 6. Pull, turn, lift. 7. Pull, turn, lift. 8. Pull, turn, lift. 9. Pull, turn, lift. 10, and rest. Okay, so again, the bigger the turn, the more things are going to happen at the shoulder joint. The bigger the squeeze, the more expansion you're going to get. Okay, the harder it's going to be. So again, that should be a little bit adaptive as you go along. Okay, the third thing we're going to work on is still sticking with the back of the body, but this time downstairs. We're going to go to B Stance Rdl. Okay, so for this, remember B Stance basically refers to, okay, one leg biasing one leg. So rather than having the other leg, okay, off the ground, we're going to just have the balls of our feet onto the ground. Now, what I like to think about this is obviously the standing leg is the working leg. So left leg here is the working leg for me. My right leg is slightly bent. I want to ball onto my feet. Okay. Now from front on, as I do this movement, I'm actually using the bent knee to help me out to keep myself, okay, centered on that working leg. So that way I can really force. So rather than kind of, falling to the side and basically effectively, doing this by shifting your weight and distributing your weight on both legs, you're going to try bias one leg. So you're actually going to you're going to push into the bent knee to get your working leg loaded even more. Okay. Very subtle, but you'll understand it as we go and do the work. So again, 10 reps. We're going to be hinging at the hips here. Okay. You can keep the working leg, the standing leg slightly softer as well. Okay. So from here, one hand onto the small of the back, one hand onto the chest. This is to kind of just give you information that you're not rounding or overarching it back. Okay, the spine is nice and long as possible. Eyes gaze to the other side of the room. Here we go. We're going to hinge at the hips. Feel that stretch and drive up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's switch sides. Okay. Nice and tall, hands placed, and hinge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So from here, we'll go into our planche lean, guys. Okay. So remember with this, again, our limitations are normally our wrists. So happy for you guys to turn the wrist out ever so slightly to just increase that range. However, that range should not come at the cost of you being able to protract your shoulders or hide the armpits. You need to predominantly kind of have most of your weight engaged through here. Okay. We're going to be leaning as far as forward as possible for 30 seconds. So remember, just a little heads up, we start in a straight arm plank. I like to then fall onto laces of my feet and then try lean, okay, as far forward as possible, but keeping the weight here. And obviously the hips still tucked into this posterior tilt. So you still feel the front of your body come into play. Make sure we're not piking, okay, up off the ground. Okay, here we go, 30 seconds. We'll go in, 4, 3, 2, start to lean, and time starts from here. Keep pushing the world away, trying to hide the armpits at the same time. Fingers should be wide here naturally. Legs firm, hips tucked. Keep pressing the world away. And time. Whew. Okay. So we know what we're doing. Okay, our long splits followed by our reverse fly, our B stance RDL, and then wrapping it up with our planche leans. So we're going to effectively double down now. Okay, and the intent here is to have as little rest as possible, but doesn't mean we do a shit job of the work that we're actually doing. Okay, so again, make sure you're connected, you're being mindful. You know, I'm pausing for a fraction of a second long. That's how I'm dictating the counts. And you should be able to kind of sustain that, okay? If you can't maintain the pace, it probably means we're going a little bit too hard, okay? It means, you know, regress it a little bit, okay? And let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. So we're going to the long splits first. Nice and tall. If you want extra credits, guys, you can just put your hands behind your head without tucking your chin onto the chest. So effectively, we're still looking to keep the spine nice and vertical, okay? Make sure you're not arching your lower back. Here we go. Drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Changing. Tall. Hands if you got it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And rest. Reverse flies. Okay, remember, big turn. Okay, the more external rotation, and then okay, bigger the squeeze from the back, the more recruitment you're going to get from the areas we're looking to stress. Okay, here we go. Knees bent, hinging at the hips, shoulders are relaxed right now. Thumbs ready to go. We're going to pull into back pocket, turn the thumbs, and squeeze and lift. 1. Pull, turn, lift. 3. Pull, turn, lift. I think this is 3, sorry. Pull, turn, lift. 4. Pull, turn, lift. 5. Pull, turn, lift. Make sure you're squeezing. 6. Pull, turn, lift. 7. Pull, turn, lift, 8, pull, turn, lift, 9, pull, turn, lift, and 10. Okay. From here, let's go to B stance RDL. Okay, it's nice and straightforward. Hand, smaller back, hand on the chest. From here, we're going to take a hinge, coming down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching over to the opposite side, hand. Okay, sit, eyes gaze, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, planche leans. Okay, 30 seconds. Remember, hands can be turned out ever so slightly onto the straight arm plank first. We'll go in 4, 3, start to lean, set, and here we go. Neck is up, or head is up. Keep pushing and wrapping the armpits, tucking the hips, legs are firm. Keep pressing the world away. And tap. Beautiful. Let's go straight into our feet and repeat that process one more time. Okay, so let's go into long splits. Remember, from here, feet set. Okay, nice and tall, hands up if we need it. From there, let's drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swapping legs. Okay, nice and tall. Posture. Boom, handset. And then when you're ready, drive. 1. Oop. Saved it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From there, let's go into reverse fly. Okay. Guys, make sure there's nothing in the neck either, okay? So again, that normally happens if the weight of your head is just hanging there. So you need to switch the muscles on the back of your neck by gazing your eyes up ever so slightly, okay? So be mindful. Here we go, bend the knees, hinging in the hips, shoulders are relaxed, thumbs are ready. We're gonna pull into back pocket, turn, lift, squeeze. 1. Pull, turn, lift. 2. Pull, turn, lift. 3. Pull, turn, lift. 4. Pull, turn, lift. 5. Pull, turn, lift. 6. Pull, turn, lift. 8. Pull, turn, lift. 9. Pull, turn, lift. 10, and rest. Okay, from there, straight into our B stance. Okay. And see if you can stay light on this supporting leg as possible. What that means is you should have predominantly all of your weight on the working leg. Okay. This is me saying, like, you know, rather than pushing, now think about actually placing something, or, you know, having this leg in a way where predominantly all the work is happening through this, okay, the working leg. Let's see what happens. Hands ready, eyes gaze up, and let's go. Hinge. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Swapping over, hand set, eyes gaze, and hinge. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Okay, let's get into the last one. Okay, planche lean, 30 seconds. In 4, 3, 2, lean, and here we go. Time. Okay. Bring it in, good people. How are we feeling?
Feel like your clock was running fast on those. Sure that wasn't 20?
That was 30 for sure. You guys must have just been jacked. How you guys feeling?